What's going on, everybody? Zach Rab here, founder of Valkyrie, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in today to the Valkyrie podcast. We are so excited to have this conversation today. This is going to be a good one for any content creators out there that are kind of going through some struggles, trying to get their feet wet, whole 9 yards, and hopefully you learn a lot through this episode. We have a great guest with us today. He's one of the content creators on with Valkyrie. He's been with us since about August. So in the time that he's been on board, I've gotten to know him. He's a great dude. Fellow Wisconsin sports fan as well, so that doesn't hurt. But ladies and gentlemen, DJ Omnitoast, how are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good today, guys. What's going on? As he mentioned, my name's Omnitoast, and today I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Got to enjoy a day off I normally don't get, because work was like, we need to cut hours. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take it.
Yeah,
so I've been enjoying a nice little mini vacation. Sometimes that's necessary. So,
dude, those days in the middle of the week are generally like my favorite days off when I worked retail and stuff, because it was like you're sitting there. Especially because if you're working weekends as well. Like, if you're somebody that works those weekends, like that little day off in the middle and that extra day, if you have 3 days off, makes it so much better.
Yeah, and working retail like I do, weekends we work. I'm there basically from open to close on Saturday and Sunday. So, like, that's why I take, like, my days off are normally Tuesday and Thursday. Those are my focus days, so I don't work, like,
so you had a
5
3
days
day
in a row stuff in it. Yeah, I have a 3-day right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, it's nice.
Right?
Been able to catch up on stuff.
Right? Just not Book of Boba Fett yet.
No, unfortunately not. I'm 2 episodes into this. What is it? 7 episodes are out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're working on it. I'm getting there.
There you go. Yeah, dude. That's gonna episode. This isn't gonna come out till Friday, so I can freely speak about it because there's 48 hours. But no, man. Episode 7, so good. Once you get into. I think when you get to probably episode 5 was pretty good. Episode 6 was straight fan service. So, like, when you're sitting there, you're watching all this stuff happen in episode 6, I'm sitting there, this feels so good. This is like the final act of Endgame that was like... all the right stuff happened in it, and for me personally,
the good fan service.
The good fan service. It wasn't like just these random bitches showing up. It's like it was good shit. But I guess we'll just kind of dive into it, right? For our audience, I guess kind of just give a background on you, when you started streaming, who you are as a person.
Let me spin you a tale. No, I started streaming. So I did YouTube for like a day, back when I was in Wisconsin in 2015. But due to just like a work schedule, because at that time I had to bus to and from work, and it was like an hour bus ride. Oof. And all the stuff that was going on at that time with me. Not sure if I was still living there or if I was going to be moving. I did for one day. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and that's what got me into that like idea. I was like, okay, I want to get better into this, but I'm gonna wait till my life situation at the time got better. Mm-hmm. Moved down to Georgia and started streaming then in 2017. Yes, 2017. Started on my YouTube channel, which is now went from being Omnitoast to Omnitaki. I'll explain the reason of that a little bit later, but I started off with a game called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. For those who don't know what it is a mobile gacha game with Dragon Ball Z characters. Content. So I started off with a game like that because I knew a few friends of mine who were bigger YouTubers into that niche, and they're like, well, you enjoy the game, you have a lot of energy when we talk with you, why don't you create your own videos, have fun with it? I'm just like, at the time, I'm like, you know what, why not? What the worst can happen? I play the game normally. Why not? Is that mantra a lot of people have? Is like, I play the game. Why not stream it? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, sure, why not? And little did I know that I'd catch a following there. And I started pretty quickly. I hit 100 subs, I think, within like the first 4 videos. And at that point, and then all of a sudden, I exploded in my channel, which is now again Omnitaki, because now it switched over from being Dokkan to me and my fiance's channel, where we open Pokemon cards. If you can't see the giant mess down here,
Yeah, for
Pokemon
our
cards.
listeners on Spotify, I recommend going to the same timestamp on YouTube because like you can see a giant shelf in the background, and it's
I
quite the
just got
collection
done
you got
building
there.
2 decks like 2 days ago, so my room's a mess. It's like every time I build a deck, my room becomes a mess, and I don't know why. But yeah, so we switched over. We open Pokemon cards on the channel now. Open Pokemon, talk Pokemon stuff. I've been putting up some of my gameplay videos of Pokemon Legends Arceus up there, stuff like that. It's just something me and my fiance then decided to do as the pandemic's boring us. We need something to do, so we turned it into a little just couples project, which is nice.
There you go.
But 2018, late 2018, early 2019 is when I actually moved from YouTube over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Omnitoast. Shameless plug is shameless.
Shameless plug. That's gonna be in the description anyway. So
Not so shameless plug is shameless. Wait. But yeah, I moved over to Twitch to open up my horizons because after a while, Dokkan in the end is a gacha game. The only way to get views is to spend money in that game because that's all. That's just what people look for in those kind of communities. Yeah, you have your gameplay stuff. People care about like the new units, what you think about them. But the big like hug is watching you spend money and either get screwed over or get the units instantly. So I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm spending too much money in this game. I need to stop. It was just the balance of spending and earning wasn't good.
Yeah.
So I moved over to Twitch to become a variety streamer, and that's when I started sharing out my love for my specific games, which are FPSs. I know Zach has seen me in action in some of my FPSs.
Oh, you're fantastic, my friend. You're fantastic.
But I'm an FPS player. I play. You'll see me all around the spectrum. I play Destiny 2 is my main one with its new DLC coming out in 3 weeks. 2 weeks, sorry. 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And I play Counter-Strike with one of my friends who I met here in Georgia, and dear God, that game drives me up the walls. But then you also see me play here and there. Maybe I'll get back into it. Was Warzone, but I played Warzone. I have over 200 wins in Warzone, like I think 1.9 or 2 KD ratio at this point. And
so you're actually pretty nasty at the sticks.
I wouldn't say nasty at the sticks. I'm good at sniping.
Oh, okay. So you're a little bitch then.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm one that moves. I don't like to just sit in like. And mind you, I haven't played Caldera. I've only played Verdansk. But I'm not one of those people that just sit in.
You weren't the one that
tower.
You weren't the one that sat in the little tower over salt mines or whatever and just watch it.
Nope, I would do it. Like I would do it to like get positioning. But I'm one of those people like because my friend who I played with a lot of the time, he's the rusher. What I do is I overlook his area and let him know if he has anybody inbound.
Mm-hmm.
And if I take like I'm an actual like intel sniper. But I'm one of those people like, if you're in a moving vehicle, I'm going to shoot you out of it. I'm going to make you regret your life choices about playing this game. And then, of course, Halo, Onyx rank now, so.
Nice. But
yeah, I'm a big FPS person. Big FPS person. But I also dabble in other games, like playing through Pokemon Legends Arceus. I mean.
How's that going so far?
The game is phenomenal, and dear God, I get sidetracked. I should have been done with this game.
That came out like not too long ago, so the fact that you're already like, yeah, dude,
I'm near the end, I think. At the time of we're recording this, I will be probably streaming it again tonight to hopefully finish the story. But yeah, no, every time I was like playing the story, I'm just like, oh man, this is cool. Oh, look at that area. There's Pokemon there. Let's go catch.
There you go.
Then 2 hours later, oh yeah, let's get back to the main story, shall we?
Yeah, and then you just get sidetracked and you're like, oh man.
Yeah, I should have been done by now.
Right.
But yeah, those are my main squeezes.
That's
my main games.
That same thing kind of happens with me in like most solo player games. Like I'm a big Tomb Raider fan. Like,
okay.
Like go back to the games that came out on like PlayStation, the original like Xbox and stuff.
Tomb Raider.
Oof, Tomb Raider, so good. And then
the pixels, the polygons.
Yep, the
polygons. Sorry, the polygons.
Polygons.
That's Pokemon.
Right, and then the new ones. These new ones, phenomenal storytelling in my opinion. Some people not really the same, but
I played
Teach Helen.
the first remake. I didn't play the other ones.
Yeah, no, dude. Like you have to. It was. Did you claim it on Epic? Because it was. I think the entire trilogy was free on Epic, like last week or something.
I might have to go
We'll
check
talk about
if
it
it's still
afterwards.
available. I might have to go take a look on that. I'm just
Yeah,
like, I just looked at my computer. I'm like, Epic Games.
yeah, no, because Epic Games runs their deals and stuff like that every once in a while. Actually, one sec. Let me check our bots channel. Because it will straight up say in there. It should straight up say when they're free till. Nope. Oh no, that was at the beginning of the month. Wow.
Oh,
No, that was
free at point.
that was the beginning of
That was in
January.
I missed it by an entire month. Nailed
My
it.
bad, dude. But no, Shadow of the
Yeah.
Tomb Raider was one of my favorite gameplays. Like it's just grinding through it. And I played it on Xbox, like the Xbox One. That was the Xbox One X. So my goal is to max out my graphic settings on my computer and play it that way because it looked great on Xbox, but like they have their system restrictions. So like I'm sitting here, it's like, dude, I want to actually play this game the way it was meant to be played. So I'm super excited to do that playthrough again. I've just been
I'll
holding
have
off.
I'll have to wait till they go on sale. I mean, I'm always one of those people. Like, if it's on a good sale, I'll snag it. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I have 200 games in my Steam library. Do I play it? Have I played them all? Heck no.
Hell no, dude.
I have my 5 games I normally play. The rest are there in case I get bored.
Right? I'm the same way. Generally, I'm sitting there with League or Halo. I used to be a big COD person, but then it's like I'll jump into those solo player games. I'll just grind those out over like a course of a week or two, and then I'll get back and playing Halo religiously or playing League religiously. Yeah, no, it's bad. I have a bad repetitive cycle with video games. It's really bad.
Vicious cycle of video games. Yeah.
Right?
My God.
So, you mentioned Destiny before too. You excited for this new DLC coming out soon?
Bro, I have. So again, luckily, this is the reason why I chose. So if anyone wants to know why I specifically chose Tuesdays to be off, it's reset day in Destiny.
Sitting there, I have to be on reset day every time.
I have to be on reset day every day. I'm on it. I used to actually stream right at 1:00 for reset day, but and I'm probably gonna get back to doing that when Witch Queen comes out. But it's like, as the season rolls on, the storyline slows down. You like, okay, I don't need to be on right at reset anymore. I'll play at night now. So, but yeah, no, I was always one of those people. I was on right at reset because I'm like, okay, reset. Let me get my stuff done so I can focus on raids, do it on my other 2 characters. It was. I've been playing I've been playing Destiny since D1 on the PS4. Like. And I didn't get it day 1, but I got it like a month later.
Oh, dude, I got Destiny 1 day 1 on my Xbox 360, and that was an experience to say the least. Cause day
such
one,
a fun game.
Day 1, Destiny 1. There wasn't a whole ton of content when it first released, so like,
of course.
So you kind of sat there and were like, "This is it," but like. I went over to a friend of mine's house, and they were playing Black Ops 2 Zombies the entire night. Or it was Black Ops. Was it Black Ops 3 at that point? No, I don't think so. I think it was still Black Ops.
I think it was still Black Ops 2.
I think they were playing Black Ops 2. Because I think they were going through the big Buried everything. Because I think that's right when Buried came out too. If I'm remembering this right. I just remember they were playing zombies all night. Because that's what we did when I was freaking in that was early high school for me. I think, or was that middle school? I can't remember.
Youngin.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm a child compared to a lot of you old farts.
Hey.
But
I'm 31. I'm 31 physically, 18 mentally. All right, fight me.
Okay, gladly. But I went over there and I grinded through that the entire night. I didn't even really talk to them a whole ton while they're playing zombies. I was like, dude, this game's so much fun. Like, that's what I was hoping Anthem was going to be like. Because I bought Anthem right away. And that was so bad. I had such high hopes.
The thing is, I had high hopes, but at the same time, I knew it was EA. And EA just does EA things.
Yep, exactly.
And so, like, I had the hope, like, oh, maybe, maybe this will surprise me. Maybe I'll be, pleasantly
Hmm.
surprised. I'd be okay with this.
Visually, it was a good
And
game. Like visually, it was
yeah,
beautiful, but like that
I mean,
game was so brain dead at times.
it
Like,
literally gave me the hope of Destiny with Iron Man armor. I'm like,
hmm
yes,
perfect
yes,
combination.
please. And then it's like, on second thought,
Yeah,
we're gonna kill this game before it even gets started.
right. There was so much hope for it. I was so excited,
So,
and all of a sudden, it's like, nope, can't do anything here, bud. I was like,
I'm just like,
I got the Founders Edition too, so that was $100. Shit.
oh no. Just the silence.
My heart broke a little bit in that moment. I just remembered that.
Oh,
It was kind of like buying Fortnite when it first came out. I had a friend that convinced me to do that too. That I mean, it wasn't even the BR yet. It was just
it's just a survival.
the survival factor. And I had a bud that convinced us to buy it day one, and my heart just broke
See,
a
I, I
lot.
I was lucky because at the time I had the Origin pass, the Origin
Oh,
thing that they had.
yeah.
So I got to try it. I got to try it like 7 days early,
Mhm.
and I was just like, I played one day of it. I'm like, I'm good.
No. Like, yeah. Now that I
Like
remember
the
that,
idea was there, the execution not so much.
right? Same thing with the. Oh my god. I need to stop trusting my friends with video games. Friday the 13th. I had the same issue with Friday the 13th as well. Remember that game?
I forget there was a game.
Yeah, exactly. It was good for like a month and a half, and it was actually a really good game. But servers
Wasn't
at
that supposed to be
launch.
like the? I was gonna say, wasn't that supposed to be a game sort of like Dead by Daylight, where there's like a
Hmm.
team of humans and then they all have to run?
Yep, they have to figure out the way out and stuff like that. And yeah, no, it was kind of
See,
like
like those
that. And,
games work, and that's why I'm very terrified for the Dragon Ball Z one that they're doing.
hmm.
Dragon Ball Z Breakers or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
which is, it's gonna be weird. I might try it if they have a beta.
Right. I might do it too, but like Friday the 13th, great game, great execution with everything. Servers were terrible, and the fact that they didn't get the licensing breaks my heart. Because
Yeah.
like there was so much hope for that game. It was so much fun. I still see people playing every once in a while, but like
Yeah, the people still go into it.
it still fucking sucks though. I spent money on that god awful game. I'm just messing. But no. um, let's just dive into the main part of this conversation, and the thing that I'm hoping a lot of people learn from is, what you and I got together about a week ago, right? To talk
Give or
about
take, yeah, about a
a
week ago,
week.
yeah.
And we talked about some of your goals and stuff moving forward, but let's rewind everything back a little bit. And let's take a look at 2021 as a whole.
Good old 2021.
Yeah, it was a very fun year for everybody, right? But
Yeah. It
so
was go ahead.
actually, I'm just gonna let you kind of take it away with how you felt your content went, and we'll kind of go into taking that next step, right? Because the goal
Yeah.
of this is gonna be, hopefully, when people listen to this, there's gonna be some learning aspect of, because there's a lot of creators that were in the same shoes that you're in, right? Because with the pandemic and stuff like that, there's a huge surplus of streamers,
Right.
and the same kind of thing happened in late 2021 and even in the middle of 2021 when there was more of a resurgence again with COVID, and people were like, "I'm gonna give streaming a try again," right? And a lot of people hit a roadblock. So
Yep.
I'm just gonna kind of let you take it away on how you felt last year went. And
So, I mean, the beginning of the year was fairly, was a good continuation of what my 2020 was. 2020, I was, coming off just a good growth year. Everything was going pretty smoothly. Every so often, and this is just something that I as a content creator need to learn a little bit more too, is not everybody's gonna follow you from game to game. Some are fixated on specific games, and that's always gonna be a thing. So there might be some people that might pop in for, like, for me, a Halo stream that won't pop in for a Destiny stream, even though, let's be real, they're exactly the freaking same. Just with more grinding in Destiny.
yeah,
But it's so that's something, I still to this day I'm working on. But it's so it started off pretty good. We hit the 1,000 follower mark. I think it was in February of 2020. Yeah, it was in February because I had to. So I hit it in February, and then we'd set the celebration stream up for like March because I had to wait for my PTO to refresh so I could take the 24-hour. Because I did a 24-hour celebration stream, my first ever 24-hour stream, and everything was going good. It was going smoothly, and heck, we skyrocketed past 1,000. We worked our way to 1,100. Then August came around.
Right when you joined Valk.
Basically right when I joined around. So, take that
Great timing. Wow.
Great timing. But no, I joined Valk, but at that point I was actually still in my upclimb. So I think because I joined you guys, I was still at like 1140, 1150.
Something like that.
Things were going well. And the end of August, early September, I hit 1164. Now that number still sticks in my head very much because I saw that number then for the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So basically for the remainder of 2021, I was at 1164. I would gain three subs. I always mix up with you. Gain 3 followers, then I would lose 5. Then I would gain 2. Then I would lose 2. And I was bouncing back and forth.
You were in that plateau.
Nothing was hitting. Nothing was changing. Content wise, like I was doing everything I normally do. I was posting. I was doing stuff on TikTok. I was doing everything I could. And mind you, this is before Hover came out. Hover's honestly changed the game a little bit in my eyes. But it's like, I was going through this really bad plateau, really bad roadblock. And it actually ended up getting to me to a point where in late October, it was early October, I came up with the idea because I felt like I was in like this stagnated place. So like work wasn't going very well because work was doing work things. And I was feeling like I was watching everybody else pass me by. One of my actually closest friends who I met down in Atlanta because of the Stream Atlanta group down here, he's been killing it. I said this to him because we actually had this kind of conversation on we did a dual stream a while back talking about like how the year went and stuff like that back in December. And like I told him flat out, I'm not jealous in any way, shape, or form to anyone. I don't like being jealous. It's a nasty look. But I told him, I'm like, watching what he did, what happened with him, because he was at the time that I hit 1,100, I think he would just hit 600. Mm-hmm. He's even with me now. He's completely caught up with me. And I told him, like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong that you're not, like, I'm just like, it's like one of those things, like, it racked my brain. I'm like, I'm not jealous. I'm not even envious. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm excited to see you, like, shining like you are. But what happened with me is I'm a very logical thinker. And I also, suffering from anxiety and depression that I do, hence why I do all my charity streams in May, is I overthink and overanalyze very easily and very quickly. Like, okay, why is this working for him and not working for me? What the heck? We have the same hammer. Mm-hmm. Like, we're doing the same content. Me and him were playing a lot of the same games, doing a lot of the same stuff, but his was breaking through stuff. Mine was breaking the hammer. And so I ended up taking just a complete mental break in October from both work, because work was going bad, and I streamed, I think, once or twice during my 6 weeks off. Like, I took that time to just breathe.
Full reset.
Yeah, just a full reset, maybe come back. And then that's, of course, then when Hover started popping on up, stuff like that started showing up. And I was just like, okay, I need to figure out what's going wrong, what I could be doing better, and what I can, change. And so I sat down, did a little bit of brainstorming. I think that was roughly around the time you gave me the first talk about how to properly post on Twitter, which I partially listened to and ignored because you yelled at me a week ago about it as well.
You do. I didn't yell at you. It's a progression step system.
Chet, he abused me.
Yeah, I straight up just yell at everybody here. Just like,
he just does. He
stop
yells at you if you don't do it
fucking
right.
No.
Yeah.
No, but like,
no,
honestly, it's like there's a progression system that's supposed to make it a little bit easier, right? Because like before you went from, and this is something I preach to a lot of content creators. So if you're a small content creator, please listen to this step because it helps out a lot, especially as a person that's going through social media a lot. Is don't just post your fucking Twitch link every time you go live, okay? Post it with a GIF, post it with a picture, post it with a clip, put some sort of media like behind it, because that's something that you started doing. You started doing GIFs and stuff like that. You started taking that next step to get you into that system more, right? And I don't have our exact numbers, right? But I'm guessing that like when you look back at like August and September, right? You look at your social media analytics compared to, let's say, December and January. December and January is going to have at least a decent jump up.
Yeah.
Because more people see a different video or medium when they're scrolling through their feed. They sit there, stop for a second. Oh, cool. Omni's live. Scroll.
Yep.
Or click on link.
And it's also like something like you've been telling me too is not to, when you post your Twitch clips, don't. I still do it. Don't post a Twitch clip link because it gives it a boxy look, and I'm just slinking off out of camera here.
Sitting there, I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. No, I'm.
but yeah, I'm working on that. So.
Yeah, and everybody has a different system that they have to go by, and exactly, kind of like you said, you're working at it, and that's the most important step. Is when you hit that roadblock, is don't just sit there and cower at it. Figure out what you're doing wrong. Work at it.
You gotta think about it, because if you keep, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting a different outcome. Far Cry 3 told me that very, very clearly.
Oh, dude, that was fucking terrible. Oh my god.
But the thing is, like, I got through it. We finally hit the 1200 mark. I finally feel like I've broke through something. And now it's just a matter of taking those next steps. And that's something like if I could go back and tell myself back in 2017 when I started this, first things first, I would tell him, yeah, Dokkan's going to be great and all. You're going to gain 9,000 subs on your YouTube channel. But that's not going to correlate into a Twitch channel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. That's one thing that I wish I could go back in time to tell myself that, because I'm not going to lie. I will go and wholeheartedly say, because it's always a great thing to say when you messed up. And I messed up during that time. I went in, I was like, oh, I've got 9,000 subs on my YouTube channel. All these people, I usually have like 50 to 100 people coming out to watch me play this mobile game. I'm going to announce that I'm moving over to Twitch to go play other games. And I wholeheartedly thought I'm going to get at least, I thought in my head, and this was the dumbest, most egotistical thing I could have ever said to myself. I actually said straight out to myself, I'm going to get at least a third of those people to follow me to Twitch, and I'm going to start with 3,000 followers.
And that's the problem with, like, moving platforms. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, if I knew you before you moved to Twitch, I would have said to you, bro, don't do it.
Yeah.
Broaden your base on YouTube and shit like that, right?
And there's part of me that wishes I still just streamed on YouTube. Because, I had everything set up there. Everything was good, stuff like that.
Their platform's a lot more user-friendly than Twitch.
It is,
for the most
sometimes,
part.
yes.
Yeah.
The only downside is the music, which is always a tough thing to get around with YouTube.
I love the fact that Twitch and YouTube have different DMCA evaluation protocols and shit like that. Because, like,
DMCA is something I could go into a whole different topic with you guys and how much it angers me.
DMCA is fucking bullshit, is what we're practically saying.
All I can say is, who in their right mind... Okay, if I'm playing a game and I have game sound on top of my voice over this music that I have usually at like 20-30%, you're telling me someone out there is siphoning that singular quiet...
Yep. Dude, funny story. So last night I was scrolling through our TikTok, right? And I'm going through clips. I'm like... This video has 0 views. It's been up for 12 hours at this point.
Yeah.
how the fuck does it not have a single view yet? Audio is taken off because Angel is playing Golf It or Golf with Friends on stream, and apparently that audio, the background audio on that, is copyrighted to where there's a certain part of it where, because I uploaded another one, did copyright, because they have, for business accounts, you have the copyright thing on it. And I uploaded another one, different music in the background, came out fine. But there's little bits of that background game audio to where if you put it on TikTok, they will take out the audio behind it. I really wish they didn't, because it was a great clip, and it was freaking hilarious, but it's like, why?
Like I said, I don't understand it. I mean, the way I look at it is like, if I have Spotify, I pay for Spotify. You know, if I have iTunes Music, I pay for iTunes Music. All that music I paid for at that point. Let me just like link my iTunes account to, you know, Twitch or OBS or something. Be like, okay, yeah, he paid for this music. He's good to listen to it. Like, that's all you have to do. At least in my eyes. Now I know it's a more complicated thing with publishers and stuff like that, but like, it's just like there's simple explanations and simple ways around it.
Which I wish more people, I wish more artists went like the T-Pain route, right? Just said, fuck it, I'm not gonna launch all my shit with recording studio and stuff. I'm gonna do my own stuff, and he's famous enough to where he can do it. Hell, he was at the Call of Duty launch hosting that, swearing up and down on a Call of Duty stream, which is great. If you haven't watched that yet, I totally recommend going back to watch that. Game's awful, but I'll stand by that. But like, dude, this dude produces music on stream, I think 2 days a week. And then another day of the week, he sits there and listens to other people's music on stream. And it's like, it's freaking genius, because it's like, it's free marketing. Why not take it?
And it's just like I said, it's just one of those things. Like, I know, and we got completely off topic of what we were actually talking about, but it's like,
it is.
Like I said, if I'm listening to like one of my favorite bands is Avenged Sevenfold. If I'm listening to Avenged Sevenfold at 30%, and you hear gunfire from Destiny and me screaming over it, what's wrong with that? Like, there's no way someone's actually gonna be able to siphon that audio to make it usable in any way, shape, or form. Especially with my laptop on stream.
You have to be extremely talented to do that and have a lot of time.
Especially with my and probably like a $50,000 system.
Yeah, it's DMCA is just fucking ridiculous. And hopefully we see a turn with how it's going to be evaluated here soon. Because like a lot of people want to listen to music on stream. A lot of people want to watch music in videos.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, I love the music I listen to right now. Like, I have a DMCA free list of music that I listen to from Spotify, and it's got great music on it. But the thing is, like, I want to listen to my other favorite bands. You know, I have others out there. So, but anyways, as I was saying though about before I got sidetracked on that,
before we went down this little side road,
but it was definitely one of those things. Like, I was like, if I could go back and tell myself that and just prepare myself that it wasn't going to be that easy, you know, I would have maybe been a little bit better in the beginning of it. But like, because I mean, like, there's a lot of people that suffer from this, but you know, you're streaming, you're live, you're doing your thing, and then you take that little glance over to where you probably, like, for me, it's over on my right monitor here where I have my Twitch dashboard up. You take that stupid little glance, and you see how many viewers are watching.
And it sinks in your soul.
And it sinks into the back of your mind. And it just festers.
Yep.
And I'm trying to, and I'm one of those people, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, but you know, you could just turn that off. I'm just like, I can, but at the same time, eventually you got to, I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, I could turn it off, but, you know, I'm going to get the email when I'm done streaming of how I did. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to eventually go look at either way, I'm going to go look at it at some point or another. Now, should I be looking at while I'm streaming? Probably not. But, but like I said, it's just one of those things, like, I feel like for me right now, to become a better streamer and to grow as a streamer, I need to keep that up. Okay, I want to make sure I give the same energy whether I'm streaming to 5 or 6 people than if I get rated by someone with 70 viewers and I have 70 people in chat. I want the same energy, the same version of me, because I don't want to change that's one of those things if I got big and, I started having over 100, 200 people in my stream, I don't want who I am to change.
Yeah.
Based on.
You want to stay true to yourself.
I want to keep the same energy. Exactly. So, keep your numbers up. Let you see them. Can they be discouraging sometimes? Yes, they can be, and they will be. Especially if you, like I said, if you meet people like my friend who you're like, man, I really like what you do. You're really cool. Like, me and him are good friends. We play games together randomly. We hang out. Like, I see him whenever we have Twitch and LAN meetups. We hang out. We have drinks. We talk. We have a good time. Like, I know his family. And it's like, and you'll run into those people that, start off lower than you and will surpass you in every way, shape, or form. Or you'll see those success stories on Twitter where like, oh yeah, it's my 3-month anniversary and we're going for partner tomorrow. I'm like, what?
Right. I know some people just hit those numbers and it's fucking ridiculous.
And I'm just like, what are you doing? Do I have to, what are you doing that I'm not at this point? And it's like, oh, people are like, oh, it's the game. I'm like, that guy's playing World of freaking Warcraft. I don't think it's the game.
So I'll ask you then, how do you personally go about looking at the system as it stands, right? Because you went through a change with YouTube to Twitch, right? You went through a couple months where you didn't really gain a whole ton of followers. And how do you go about personally, like, evaluating yourself versus other streamers? Because personally, I see that as a big kind of thing to do, right? You put yourself up against some of the successful creators out there. I'm just going to use an in-house example, right? Mazards, right?
Mazards not fair. He's cheating.
He pays for his fucking people.
He pays for it with his good looks, that jerk.
God damn, man. Only if I could be as good looking. I'm going to have the same compliment for him on Friday when I record with him. You guys will listen to that on Monday. But, how do you go about it? Like, taking a look at how someone else is doing, taking a look at their stuff, and evaluating, okay, this is the difference, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something, like, as I've done, that's why I've done my upgrades that I've done. So, like, when I first started off, I was like, okay, I'm gaining good views here. But then I met my friend Calamity, who I'm like, okay, why is he doing what he does? And, it's for me, it's actually been more technical stuff. Like, I originally started with a dual PC setup. Sorry.
Lucky.
And
it has its issues.
Again, it's a pro and con type thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm like, okay, well, he's got a better camera. And he's got better audio system, so he sounds more professional than I do. So I'm like, okay, I'll save up. By the way, I'm not sure how you go around editing this, but I can send you the picture if you want to show it. Do not go. This is something I just want to stress with everybody. Do not feel like you have to spend $3,000 just to get started on streaming. My first streaming setup was in a laundry closet with a monitor that was tied upside down with shoestring on a metal grate.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't think you were here when Hollywood is here, were you? I think Hollywood stopped streaming.
I've heard about this legendary individual, but I was not here when he was here.
This legendary individual, one of my favorite people I have ever met through video games. I am
mythical beast.
Yep, I will say it. When I first picked him up when Valkyrie started in 2018, and it was under a different name. I'm not gonna say that name at this point because it's embarrassing, but it's so bad. I'll tell you afterwards, but I'm not gonna say it. I don't want you leaking it because it's an embarrassment.
I won't make it.
Thank you.
Say anything, but I might laugh.
Oh yeah, you're going to laugh. But no, I picked him up. This was probably August 2018. He played Rocket League off his Xbox.
Rocket League?
Yep, Rocket League.
You said Rocky, like I was like Rocky Balboa League.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Rocky Balboa League. Like there's game you've never heard of. Rocket League. Okay. He played on his Xbox, sitting on the floor, with his webcam down by his feet, and he would sit there cross-legged, just playing like this, and you'd see him. One sec, let me see if I can actually do it.
That's phenomenal, though.
Right, his camera would probably be aimed down. I'll aim this down just a little bit. You'd see him sitting here like this, while looking up at the TV above the camera, or like off to the side or whatever. He started there. This legendary monstrosity of a human being went from averaging probably about 4 to 5 viewers in that direction to getting a full setup, whole 9 yards, right? And it took time. He slowly upgraded. Time. And that's one thing that I know he always told people, because when he was staff here for a little bit, was when you're upgrading your stream, don't do it all at once. If you don't have the ability to do it all at once, don't. It's not worth it.
Because the thing is, like, you can do all that, and then what happens if it doesn't work out for you, and now you spend all this money on this elaborate setup. Now, mind you, yeah, it's a cool centerpiece. Like, if I ever, mind you, I don't have plans on doing this, but if I ever stop streaming, at least I can say I have a cool studio room.
Right?
I have a cool gaming room.
Yeah.
I can repurpose it. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I said, I'll send you the thing. You can pop it up on the screen. Like, however you do it, and you do the thing for the YouTube side of it. But like, it was a janky setup. It got me through my first year of streaming. Then I moved to my second apartment with my my now fiance, her brother, his girlfriend and now fiance, and then his roommate who worked for Google and was never home. He just paid rent and we were fine with it. But like at that point, I had to share the living room with people. I ended up creating a cubicle, and like I put 2 bookshelves and then 2 bookshelves, and my desk was behind those bookshelves in a corner of the living room. That was my other streaming setup, and I had a green screen. I think I still have that actually in my closet. I do. I just have too many cool things behind me now.
Right. It's not worth going through the green screen and stuff like that when you have the Infinity Gauntlet.
I have Pokemon cards. I have the Infinity Gauntlet. I have the Megazord. You know, I have a picture of me with Matt Smith.
Who? I'm just messing.
Wow, filthy. But yeah, it's not worth it to do it. Yes, I have the room now, but that's because, you know, I took time and dedication to. This is what I want to keep doing. I want to eventually get an apartment that had a room for me to do. That was actually one of the stipulations when I wouldn't say stipulations, but one of the things we were looking for when me and my fiance finally were like getting our own place. Mm-hmm. Do not kill yourself to get started streaming. It's not worth it.
Yeah, because like, slow. When you see progress, and you're seeing that incline, right? That's when you make improvements.
And when you're feeling like, okay, I do enjoy this, because the thing is, there's so many people that start and they're just like, I like it, you know, I got to affiliate, now what? And that's the most daunting thing is once you get to affiliate, there's this giant period that, I mean, yeah, it could be that instant success story where you, on one hand, where you're like, yeah, 3 months and I'm partner.
Most people, it's not that way.
Most people, I've been streaming since 2017, well, 2018 on Twitch. I'm nowhere near that partner level yet.
Yeah.
Does that terrify me? No. Because
kind of.
Everybody, it's like kind of yes, kind of no. Again, one of my things have never been like one of my honestly stipulations with myself when it came to streaming was if I get big, great. That's icing on top of my cake. I've always been the person that I wanted to make a difference. That's what I'm using this platform to do.
I don't have to go back to Best Buy.
That too.
But different story.
I mean, mind you, would I keep the position as a seasonal just to keep the discount? Yes.
Work those 10 hours a week. Discount worth
10 hours. Yeah, discount 100% worth it at that point.
Hell yeah, dude.
But it's like there are going to be times where it doesn't seem like it's working. And I've gone through that. And then that's why you look at yourself, you look at other streamers, and be like, okay, now what are they doing that I'm not doing? Fun fact, one of the things that I'm actually working on doing is I notice a lot of streamers have sound alerts in their channel points. I'm trying to figure the heck out of that right now so I can get some on mine now too. Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's doing stuff like that, finding out like what are other people doing to make their streams fun? What are they doing? You know, like I'll I mean, heck, you know my weakness, and we talked about it. I have never done a community day on my channel because I'm terrified of doing one.
But we set up
Because
the plan, right?
yeah, we set up the plan for it, but it's like you got to do stuff that makes it fun for the viewer to come back, and that's something. Even 3 years into doing this, and all the stuff that I do, whether it's posting on TikTok, focusing on Hover, being more active on social media, which has been tough for me. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I'll tweet every so often.
Social media is a
if something
dark place sometimes.
It's a very dark place to go.
Yeah.
But also, being active in your own Discord. If you have a Discord, you have to be active in it. Like, I have people that, like, and this is something I'm getting better on, is, like, I have people in my Discord that have more, like, you know, you have the Discord ranks with, like, how many times they've messaged, that are 40 levels above me, and I own the Discord.
You know, that's the same thing, because, like, obviously I technically own the Valkyrie Discord. I'm technically the top level in there, right?
Yeah.
Take out probably probably up until 6 months ago, because now I'm fairly active in most channels.
Yeah.
But, like, take out up until about 6 months ago, I would probably be top 20 on the list. Granted, we've had a few hundred people come through, so, like, that list is quite extensive at this point. But, like, I'd probably be top 20. I wouldn't be number 1 if it wasn't for dealing with team issues and content creators and all that sort of stuff, right? But now it's like, you see people that are active in the Discord and stuff like that creeping past a lot of different people because they're starting to gain more activity. And, you know, that's one thing, you know, if you go back to, actually October, now I think about it, was the same kind of times where I was sitting there, it's like, when you were going through that break, right? I was kind of sitting there, what do we have to change? Because our goal with 2022 is community. If you're not in the community at the end of this year, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Just messing. Exactly. Still love you. If you even come back to listen to this at this point. No, this is a good listen, so please do. But, like, how do we grow this community? And some people don't do it. They're like, dude, Discord's not worth it. If you have a Discord, though, you have to make it worth it.
Yes. And that's why, like, even in my Discord, I may not cover Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle anymore, but I still have people that enjoy it. So, like, of course I'm going to have a separate channel for it, because, do I still play it from time to time? Heck yes, I do.
Pander to the people.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, you also got to, like, if people are talking, you got to be like, get yourself in the conversation, talk with them, have fun, give them a feeling that you care about them, not just outside being that number in the stream. Like, whenever someone like, I even have it, my DMs on my Discord are completely open to anyone in my Discord. Because I'm one of those people, like, if you have anything you want to talk about or you have something going on, hit me up. Like, I'm looking at my private message list right now, and I can pick out a few people that are from Valkyrie here and there. I got you and Mitch. But then there's, like, many people from where my Discord is, or just people that know me, you know, stuff like that, and just talking about things going on in a life, because having that ear open is always nice. And having a streamer that cares about that kind of stuff is nice too.
Right. So. And that's one thing. It's like, again, I'm going to use Maz as the example, because you guys are going to hear about this on Monday. We're recording. This is going to come out in 48 hours roughly. His is being recorded just after this one's recorded or gets released, and then this one will be released on Monday. Just if you're listening today. So our conversation with Maz is going to be a lot about that community growth, right? One thing that he started doing, Mental Health Mondays, to where he doesn't play highly competitive games or games that you have to hyper-focus on to be good at. He focuses on community, mental health. People can come in there, talk about their feelings and stuff like that, and that develops that personal relationship. Like, if you're a streamer these days and you're not hitting, I'll even say 500 viewers, you have the option to be personable with your audience. It
makes it so much easier.
It makes it so easy. And you meet some really dope people. Like,
Like,
I know going to LAN events and stuff like that. I have met plenty of people that haven't come through Valk, but like I've met through the communities, right? And they're like, dude, it's so nice to meet you. I feel like I've gotten to know you, and that's kind of the goal. Is one day I'm gonna throw out a guess, right? You want to be able to host one of those like Nick Merckx barbecues, right? With your community.
I mean, that'd be dope. I can't cook, but yeah, that'd be dope.
That's why you hire people to cook.
What kind of money do you think I make?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like in the future, right? Is the goal? The goal is to have those kind of community days, like to where you can get together with people.
Heck, if you were looking at like the Pokemon like community, look at like Leonhardt, who just got done doing like a single day shop where he sold base set booster packs for the original $4 price point.
Yep.
Now, mind you, he had to be in Dallas, and I was sad because I don't live in Dallas, Texas, and I really wanted some of those booster packs. But, no.
Sag.
Hopefully one day he'll do an online one, and I will be all over that.
Yeah. Well, like those kind of community days. The goal is, if you're a Twitch streamer, you want to be able to have that kind of connection with your audience. And if you don't want that kind of connection, I'm sorry, but this may not be the best thing for you. Go produce YouTube videos.
Also, another thing I will always harp on, because, you know, we've seen the clips out there of the streamers that do this, and, you know, it's never a good look. Do not, and I repeat, ever expect someone to sub to your channel if you have the ability for subs on your channel.
Don't bitch and moan about it, is what we're saying.
Like, I've crossed the 100 sub mark once, and that was because for some reason people thought my 24-hour stream was a subathon, and it wasn't. But
half the time it turns into those
thanks,
anyway.
Guys! But it's like average, I'm always around 20 subs. I barely get enough to make my internet bill from Twitch, which is fine. My goal has never been to be big. If I get big, fantastic. That's icing, like I said, icing on top of the cake. My goal is to have a community that makes a difference, and that's through. I'd rather have a charity stream where I earn $1,000 than have a subathon where I personally only get stuff like that. Like, I feel like one's better than the other in my book, but it's like never, because I've seen people that bitch and moan about it, and they're just like, man, you guys always do all this stuff, but you guys don't even have the time or effort to just sub to my channel. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that.
It's different.
That's not what this is about.
It's different. It's not time or effort and stuff like that. It's like, what? There was that big thing, like, I think it was November, right before the holidays, to where all those streamers came out, and like all these clips are coming out about these people complaining about not getting enough subs, complaining on pandering to their audience, being like, why are you guys not subbing to me? Like, this is like, if you actually support me, you'll be subscribed. No. You see these memes across Twitter and Instagram, and all the time is, it takes $0 to actively support a streamer.
Zero.
You
literally bring up the stream, mute the tab if you want to lurk. You're supporting the streamer in more ways than you could ever imagine.
Yep, that shit matters.
If you enjoy the streamer, yeah, you can always go that extra mile if you really want to support the streamer, but it is actively free. It is a free-to-play system, baby.
Exactly.
Except for the streamer, which then it is not a free-to-play system. We have to buy all this crap that we have.
Yeah, you have to buy all the crap. But then it's like, when you're buying all the crap, it's used for more than just streaming.
Exactly. Like, so I'm using my camera right now for this beautiful interview.
Right? Exactly. Like, there's more uses to this equipment. Like, dude, think about people working from home right now. And imagine at the beginning of the pandemic, think about how many people were sitting there, streamers that were already set up and perfect to go, ready for work from home. Like,
that was me.
Exactly.
When they sent me home with the laptop, they're like, here's your laptop to work from home. I'm like, great, got my laptop up in between calls. I'm playing Destiny. Work. Hopefully no one from work hears that.
Just don't show anybody. Yeah, no.
Don't show anyone.
Dude, people know that at this point. Like, who gives a shit?
I'm just like, yeah, of course I'm
focused.
Am I still hitting my numbers? Yes.
Am I focused 100% of the time? Yes, totally. Where's that attention actually going?
Work?
No.
No.
But like you had a webcam, you had a better mic, you had experience with some of this technology to where a lot of the people didn't know how to use it. Like
Exactly.
my mom, for example, right? She went from working in an office all the time to working from home. She had no idea how to use a fucking webcam, right? To where I use one on the daily because I hang out in Discord all day. I have no life, so yay. But like exactly, like we're doing stuff like this now to where people had that step up on people
Exactly.
entering that at the beginning of the pandemic and still do. Hell, I don't know how many times I can walk through the house and my mom's like, "You're not muted. Your camera's still on when you're presenting. That's not right. You don't do that." Blah blah blah. It's like exactly like we still have to step up on a lot of these people, and those kind of skills, especially moving forward, are going to be very useful. If you're
Oh,
not
agreed.
going to take Twitch seriously, take the skills that you learn from Twitch seriously, because those skills are used for a lot more than just Twitch.
Oh yeah. I mean, and it's because of like a lot of my skills that I learned from Twitch. I mean, I think I posted it in the group in our in Valkyrie's chat, but because of my knowledge not only of what I do at work and selling computers and stuff like that, and building my own computers, but also my knowledge of streaming, I had the privilege of meeting a big YouTuber who came into my store and he's looking to get a streaming setup and everything. He might actually have me come over to his place and help him set up a streaming setup, and I get paid for it
There you
because I
go.
know my stuff for it. It's like knowing, just having the knowledge alone is worth this endeavor. Like whether you become the next ninja or you slink off to go do something else, you have the knowledge. Use it in whatever you intend to use it for.
hmm Use it as a side hustle if you want. Like
Exactly.
there's a lot of skills, interpersonal skills as well, that you're going to learn from streaming. Even if you're only getting 5 to 10 viewers, right? You're just gonna sit there and you're gonna have people to talk to, and you're gonna be playing a game, and you're gonna have to pay attention to chat and pay attention to the game while you're doing it, and that's gonna develop a lot of skills and a lot of interpersonal skills. When whether it's in meetings, whether it's in like networking groups, whether it's at work, whole 9 yards, right? If you're
Yep.
taking advantage of those skills, and you learn from Twitch, I don't see it as a failure. Okay, cool.
Mm-mm.
It didn't
Like
work out
heck,
on Twitch.
I'm planning to use one of my skills toward my advantage to maybe get a different, normal everyday job. I have people who work through Apple who want me to go work for Apple because they know about my, my natural just retail skills that I have. But like one of them asked me, he's like, "How good are you at doing presentations?" I'm like, "I mean, I do Twitch streaming.
hmm
I don't think I care what people think about me when I'm talking to them, especially with some of the stupid things I do on stream."
Vouch.
It's just like, it's like, I take that as like, yeah, I'm technically, I have my webcam on. Everybody that's in chat sees me while I'm playing the game, and I'm talking to people. Yeah, do I stutter sometimes? Of course I do, because I naturally have that kind of speech impediment issue that I have.
hmm
But it's like, does it phase me? No,
No.
I don't get stage fright. I, it's stuff like that. Like I took actually the reason I did Twitch to begin with is I look at it as entertainment. So as an entertainment, I used to do musicals. I just translated over to doing this.
Right, and it creates a kind of barrier between what you actually between work and stuff like that, right? There's a lot of people that struggle at giving presentations, like you said. To where if you're a Twitch streamer, you're presenting all the time. It's just a different kind of medium. To where if you know what you're
Exactly.
doing, you're gonna be a step up. Because I don't know how many times I've had to give pitches and like work meetings and stuff like that, to where I have to give a presentation. I feel a lot more comfortable up there because I used to stream. Right? I sit there.
Yep.
These people didn't care how I sounded, or they could have, but they didn't tell me. But like, but like you sit there, you learn those skills, even if it's
Exactly.
not like it's secondhand learning, right? Because
Mhm.
if you're learning from this experience and you're learning from this podcast and you're learning from streaming, that's all what it's about.
You're going the right direction no matter what. Then whether you're growing, you're hitting that plateau, or you're just having, you're just stepping into the entirety of streaming to begin with, like there's something to learn from this no matter what level you're in.
Exactly. Right.
Like I'm in that level now where I'm trying to figure out, partnerships, stuff like that. Like how do I present myself in a letter to a, to say Corsair, because not sponsored, but I use everything Corsair.
Please, Daddy.
Corsair. Please, Daddy. Senpai notice me. But it's like, how do I write out that letter to like say what makes me different from other people? That's always been my biggest weakness. I'm working on that. Is like, okay, what do I say in this letter that makes them look at me like, you may be a lower streamer, but we want to put our faith in you, Yep. And that's something every level you're in, whether you're entry or heck, even probably Ninja's still learning stuff here and there. Probably, maybe not. Maybe he would learn not to be a Lions fan, but that's beyond the point.
Hey, MCDC's going to bring it back, dude. They're going to get back to that third place in the division, maybe second. They're never overtaking Green Bay. Go Pack, go. Still heartbroken, but hey, we got Rich Versace out of it. So
yeah, we did.
I'll take that pickup over. No, I'm not taking that pickup over Super Bowl. But hey, I'm gonna take it over the number 1 overall pick.
This is true.
It is true.
But it's just like no matter what level you're in, there's learning to be had. And the last thing you can do to stifle your learning is get jealous because someone else is doing it better than you. Don't do it.
If you're going to take one thing away from this conversation, it's work at it and don't let jealousy get in the way.
Nope. Because again, being honest, I don't like being jealous. Have I been jealous in the past? Yeah, I have. I mean, it's
everybody does.
Just
it's natural.
It's whether or not how public you are about it or not. I mean, let's be real. And
I'm very
also
public about mine. I have a hit list for a reason on orgs I want to kick their asses in esports.
Oh, of course. I was upset. I'm like, what did I do? But it's like, I try not to be open about it. Am I sometimes a little bit more open on my Twitter about certain things bothering me than most people? Because, people are out there like, you shouldn't post that kind of stuff on your Twitter because it makes you look bad. I'm just like, I'm not saying I'm jealous of anybody. I'm just saying like, I'm stumped and it's bothering me. Yeah, I just feel stuck. I'm just saying like, I'm not saying like, man, that Shinigami Sensei guy, I hope he stubs his toe. I'm sick of him doing better than me.
God, I hope he wakes up and he steps on a Lego right away on Monday morning.
The funnier part is he has 3 kids. He probably would.
Wait, that's a real person?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's my friend who I was talking
about. My bad. I'm sitting here like, I hope you don't step on a Lego on a Monday morning. That would fucking suck.
He's gonna be like, I swear to God, if this happens, Omni, I'm gonna hunt you down and hug you.
Oh.
But it's just like, don't let the jealousy show. Just be like, hey, like if you want to post on and just see what people come up with. Like sometimes posting has given me like better insight. Someone's like, hey, why don't you do X? And I'm just like,
oh,
sure, we'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
See what that does. And sometimes it works. Sometimes, okay, it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like my style. And then you tweak it.
Exactly. It's learning experience. You see what somebody else is doing. You tweak it to fit your own brand, your own style. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Ooh, cool. All you did was waste time, maybe some money. But, like, if you're really working at it, hey, that's what the quote is by Einstein. I tried 1,000 things and it didn't work, but the 1,001st did. Right? Or something like that. It's something like that. The invention of the light bulb. Or no, it was Edison with inventing the light bulb. Right. Yeah, that's what it was. He tried 1,000 things that didn't work. He didn't give up. 1,001st did. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't give up on 1,002. Let's keep working at it. It's hopefully going to work out one day, and if it doesn't, hey, you learned a lot of good things from it. Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
We're reaching around to where we should probably be wrapping up this conversation because it's reaching around to that hour point where we've been sitting together. But I'm going to let you plug for this last little bit. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to plug before I do the credits roll.
So, I mean, if you guys want to follow me, you guys can follow me on Twitter. You watch my live streams, twitch.tv/Omnitoast. I'm live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings. Those are my 4 major stream days. There will be surprise Monday night streams depending on how quickly I get out of Pokemon night, but that's like my night I'm at the card shop and I don't like being bothered. Friday nights, we are starting to work towards doing community nights. So if you guys enjoy community days, whether it's Destiny 2 related or, maybe a little bit of Marvel, stuff like that, whatever tickles our fancy that day. We're going to start doing those up in here in the next few months. We're getting everything all set up. Follow me on Instagram at Omnitoast, Twitter at DJ Omnitoast, YouTube. Go check out our YouTube. It's where me and my fiance open Pokemon cards at Omnitaki, all one word, OMNITAKI. We actually have a video probably dropping in the next 2 to 3 days of doing some. It was the Leafeon and Glaceon V-Star boxes that came out, and check me out on Hover. I'm working towards getting to a goal of. I'm doing my short-term goal of 100 followers on Hover. We're at 48 right now, so...
Yeah, that's what? In the last week, it's 12 or something like that?
Yep, 12 or 13, give or take.
Let's go. That's what's up.
And
celebrate the little things, people.
And then outside of that, yeah, hi. I have nothing else to plug out, I don't think. Oh, code Omnitoast for $200 off your computer with Artesian. Yes.
It seems like you do that a lot. That's a great ad read.
No, I actually had I had one that I really wanted to do, but it was going to be like a stupid little commercial, and I might still do it for them. I might still do that for them. I have the script written and everything. It's hilarious.
Let's go. You're going to have to send me that script sometime.
I will. Get it. I think it's on my Google Drive somewhere.
But... well, that is it for today, folks. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I want to say thank you, Omni, for coming on today. I hope you had a good time, and, let's make 2022 the year, man. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's the plan.
Right?
That is the plan.
Yeah. Make sure you use code Valkyrie on GamerSubs for 10% off. It helps out all of our wonderful people. And they have some really great product. Omni can vouch, I think. Right? GamerSubs is pretty freaking dope. No, GamerSubs is pretty freaking dope. They have a new flavor dropping, I think, actually today from when this is releasing. So that's going to be pretty good. I'm trying it right now, actually. It's pretty good. And then they have another one here dropping
You got the
soon.
Early one.
Yeah, I get the early shit because I'm me. I'm fucking dope. But no, use code Valkyrie on GamerSubs for 10% off, and then use code Valkyrie on your favorite Valkyrie merch via Acquire. If you use Acquire at all, use code Valkyrie for 5% off your purchase. They have a really dope selection of esports apparel and their own stuff. I totally recommend to go check them out. Acquire.ca. Mike and those guys over there are great. But thank you for tuning in today. This has been the Valkyrie Podcast. We will see you again Monday. Maybe Tuesday if we have to cancel with Mazards, but see you Monday or Tuesday of next week. And deuces.
Laters.